Your timekeeper at the bell, Harold Bentley. Your referees, John DeMarc, Jack Savage, and Phil Losino. And I am proudly representing the ICW as your ring announcer, Steve Budd. This first match is one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from parts unknown, he weighs 240 pounds. Here is the masked Scorpion.
Well, King, looks like we've got an exciting hour. Here comes Billy Graham, the superstar.
Really got to look at it this way. Superstar Billy Graham is the man that defeated the living legend, Bruno Sammartino, and put him out of professional wrestling.
At least actively out of professional wrestling. But Billy Graham, look at the crowd, how they love him out there tonight.
They do, with those 24-inch pythons that he has. He is the main eventer anywhere in the world today.
No question about it. But we'll find out what kind of metal the masked Scorpion is made out of. He's a big man, physically big.
Man. We'll see how the superstar goes after him. Should be interesting. But truly, Rich, I've got to tell you now that I am here and I have my priorities. The Abuda Din has sent me all this way on behalf of the Prince of Darkness, Kevin Sullivan, and the Purple Haze.
I want to talk to you about that a little bit later on.
Of course, the superstar would be a welcome addition to our fold.
He would be a welcome addition to anyone's fold, but do you think that you could get him to come over to you?
I think one day when he's down and been down in the gutter and the pain, and he's seen misery, and he wants an enlightenment, he has to go the way of the Abuda Din and the Prince of Darkness.
Valley, Arizona, weighing in at 265 pounds. How about a warm welcome for the former heavyweight champion of the world, the superstar, Billy Graham.
Boy, the fans love superstar Billy Graham. But you know, Steve Budd, our ring announcer, just mentioned the fact that Graham is the former world heavyweight champion for the World Wrestling Federation. Now he's with the ICW. Oh, he goes right on the attack to the Scorpion. Vicious elbow right to the chin.
Superstar never wasted any time.
Oh,
there he
look at the bear
goes,
hug.
wrapping his big python arms around him.
This may be a record for the short match. Graham has him up in the bear hug. The Scorpion saying, "That's it, I've had enough." As the referee calls for the bell, there's your winner. The superstar Billy Graham. Let's go to the ring, and the ring announcer for the official announcement. And we'll be talking to superstar Billy Graham in just a few moments. What a match that you just had. It's got to be shortest time I've ever seen. King Curtis is very interested in you.
The King, Curtis, the chairman of the board, Mr. Buddha, Mr. Mystical Mr. Buddha. I know what the man stands for. The man stands for evil. This man right here from Asia, from the Far East, is after superstar Billy Graham. There is a conspiracy. Let me tell the people of the world, there is a conspiracy, and this man is plotting the assassination of Tito superstar Billy Graham. We have a film in the truck. I want the man to push the button and show the world the second attempt at assassination on the superstar's life. Can we see the tape? Let me see the tape. Let's roll the tape. Come on over there. All right. Eat him alive, that's it. The python's the man got the head right there. Good fan, good fan. Get ready, get ready. I will whack him. There's something mystical about him. Deserves the superstar bear hug. See, we're finally watching Superstar Pentagram right there. Almost Kevin Sullivan, the Prince of Darkness, the Purple Haze, all of them in there attempting to put Superstar Billy Graham in the hospital once for all, but Superstar's got Kevin Sullivan in the bear hug. In the bear hug. They attempted the assassination of Superstar Billy Graham, but I survived. I'm here to tell all of my fans right there, I'm here to tell the world, Superstar Billy Graham again will be the heavyweight champion of the world, the man with the 24-inch pythons up of my.
All right, there you have the word from the superstar Billy Graham. We'll be back with more action right after this. To wrestle 3 men at one time, he could only find one wrestler who was brave enough to face him in the ring. Now, you know about Brody. Tell the fans.
Bruiser Brody is a legend in the Orient. Since his teaming with Gary Hart, who is perhaps without a doubt the finest manager in professional wrestling today, they have been very, very successful. However, Rich, I think that they're bitten off more than they can chew in getting involved with the Prince of Darkness and the Purple Haze.
Well, let's find out. Let's go up to the ring, and the ring announcer, Steve Budd, and find out about this match.
Wrestling fans, one fall, 10-minute time limit. Introducing from Boston, Massachusetts. He weighs in at 291 pounds. Here is the Boston bad boy, Tony Rumble.
Wrestler with licensed paramedics and emergency ambulance service for his opponents. He is the most dangerous man in professional wrestling today.
Well, King, here he comes. He's got a stretcher out of an ambulance, a gurney out of an ambulance.
He's come ready to go to work there, Rich. Big, powerful man that strikes terror in the Far East.
Well, you know, he's the only wrestler I know that carries his own medical technicians with him. Pete Sievert, Wes Russell from A-Medic Ambulance Service when they're in the Boston area to handle the opponents after the match.
He is from San Fe, New Mexico. He's accompanied by his manager, Playboy Gary Hart. He weighs 301 pounds. Here is King Kong, Bruiser, Brody.
What a match this ought to be. You got one wrestler, Brody, over 300 pounds, going up against the Boston bad boy, 291 pounds. Hey, those are two real heavyweights.
We can't forget the added advantage of Playboy Gary Hart.
That's right. Manager at ringside always has an advantage with his man.
Sometimes, though, that Gary Hart can start sticking his nose in where it doesn't belong.
Well, right now, Gary Hart's behaving himself. Hey, he's got him rolled out on the cot already. But the Boston bad boy rolls off, heads back up the ring. He doesn't see Brody behind him. Brody's got him. Oh, a foot right to the side of the face.
I can tell you, Rich,
they better move the fans back. Somebody's going to get hurt.
This is where really Brody likes to operate out on the floor and moving that furniture and bodies. Certainly big enough and strong enough, too. I just don't think he's getting the proper guidance through Gary Hart at times.
Well, Gary's been managing now for some time.
Well, Gary, I tell you how this all come about. He had the purple haze, and if they actually put the purple haze into a mental hospital until the Prince of Darkness was kind enough to bring him back.
All right. Oh, wrapped across the ropes, a giant forearm down across the chest of the Boston bad boy. Another one. Boy, that rang out across the auditorium. Referee calling for a clean break. Finally gets it after the bad boy hits the mat.
Brody likes to take his time and really punish an opponent, Rich, and see how he really gets excitement. He really enjoys it.
What a drop kick from a man of over 300 pounds.
He's big and agile and he's fit.
He really is. Ooh, that hurt all the way over here. Now he's tied into the ropes. What's Brody going to do to him now? Pushes the referee out of the way. Whips off the ropes. Oh, and a foot right to the face. He's got to wear a size 13 or 14 boot.
I'd say he's getting ready now, Rich, to put this man right on that stretcher and right into an ambulance.
It's a cinch the Boston bad boy's had a lot taken out of him. I'd be surprised if he can even get up off the mat. The fans love Brody. That should finish him off, King. Count of 3 from the referee. And that takes care of the Boston bad boy as Gary Hart comes in to check the opponent. I'm wondering what the medics on the outside are going to do.
I'd say that Brody, without a doubt, we've just seen, Rich, how powerful he is and how dangerous he is with Gary Hart in this corner.
He really is. There's no question about it.
But they can only go so far. By the time they start fooling with the Prince of Darkness, it's a different episode.
But look what he's got in combination. You've got Brody, you've got Gary Hart, you're talking about Prince of Darkness. Look what he did to a guy that's almost 300 pounds.
The Prince of Darkness has a divine light. He's seen the light. It's all mental when you go and transpire beyond reincarnation. Sometimes it's not all brute force. It helps, though. In Brody's case, it's carried him a long way.
That's true.
A long way.
And there's your official winner. We're going to be talking to Gary Hart and Bruiser Brody in just a moment as we look at the match here again in instant replay. King Curtis, your comments.
I think that driving foot in there, I tell you, the Boston Playboy has got to be tough to take 2 of those and still walk from that ring. No, he isn't. They're wheeling him out. They're wheeling him out.
All right, Gary Hart, we just saw the match. Your man Bruiser Brody, King Curtis back here, thinks that Brody perhaps is not getting the proper guidance that he should from you.
Let me tell you something, you jobbity looking hood dude. You were no good 15 years ago in Singapore, and you ain't no damn good now. The last time you sent that pint-sized messiah, Kevin Sullivan, after me, and Mark Lewin, the maniac, Bruiser Brody, was not beside me. So if you got any guts, you scumbag, you bring them up here now, and we'll clean the whole damn thing up, Texas style, real quick. I spent my money well. My mama told me there's a lot of low-life scum in the world. And you made her tell the biggest truth that ever came from her mouth.
Well, there you have it. The manager, Playboy Gary Hart, Bruiser Brody. Well, here they come. Kevin Sullivan right behind him. The Angel and Purple Haze being led down by none other than chairman of the board, King Curtis. Kind of excused himself from over here at the broadcast table to make sure they got into the ring right. There's Purple Haze. And there's Angel, or as she's known, I guess correctly, the Fallen Angel. Now back up to Steve Budd and get the official introduction of their opponent.
He's accompanied by the Fallen Angel. He weighs in at 240 pounds. Here is Kevin Sullivan. And his partner from New York City. He weighs in at 260 pounds. Here's the Purple Haze, Mark.
After him.
This is the most hypocritical. I can't believe this is going on.
Something had to be done.
What is Mulligan doing with here with Barry Windham?
Uh-oh, he's opened up the head of the Purple Haze. He's opened up his forehead.
Now he's going to be in a lot of trouble once you open the Haze and you open Sullivan up. You're going to be in trouble.
Right now, Sullivan's out of the picture. I can't see him. There, head slammed into the ring post. And his forehead's also been opened up. This match has come to a close. The referee has lost complete control. Whatever the case, Purple Haze and Kevin Sullivan have hightailed it out of the arena.
Well, what are they doing in the arena in the first place? What's Blackjack, Mulligan, and his son Barry Windham butting into somebody else's business for anyway, Rich?
Well, whatever the case, the match is over. We have not gotten an official announcement yet.
In there.
Soon, along with Kamala, more big stars are joining the International Championship Wrestling Federation in 1986. And we'd like to say congratulations to Angelo Mosca on his success, who is telephoned, and King Mosca is challenging everybody here in the U.S. as well as in the International Championship Wrestling.
ICW is certainly growing every week by bounds and leaps. The top talent in professional wrestling will end up and is here on ICW.
One other thing, I want to wish congratulations to the Florida promoter Duke Tanaka on the Battle of the Belts 2. And what a wild night it was then in Florida when Kevin Sullivan and the Purple Haze wrestled the Road Warriors. And what a match that was. And we received a letter also from promoter Dale Mann from the Southeast promotion wanting to join the ICW. And we'll have more action and more messages coming away. But let's now go up to the ring. And our ring announcer, Steve Budd, for the introductions of our first match.
Welcome everyone to another exciting card of International Championship Wrestling, brought to you under the banner of the ICW. Your officials for these matches, timekeeper at the bell, Harold Bentley. Your referees, DeMarc, Jack Savage, and Phil Losino. And I'm your ring announcer, proudly representing the ICW, Steve Budd. This first match is a two-man tag team. Introducing first, from parts unknown, he weighs 260 pounds. Here is the masked Scorpion. And his partner from Venice Beach, California, he weighs in at 285 pounds. Here is Colin Kidd.
Event this ought to be.
First from Eagle Pass, Texas. He weighs 320 pounds. Here is Blackjack Mulligan. And his partner, he hails from Sweetwater, Texas. He weighs in at 260 pounds. Say hello, Barry Windham.
Well, King Curtis, you've got to admit this is going to be one heck of a tag team match, because we've got one heck of a tag team combination in Blackjack Mulligan, over 300 pounds, and Barry, he's pointing his finger at you and his son Barry Windham.
I don't think he likes me calling him a hypocrite.
No?
He's one of the biggest, toughest men in wrestling. How did he ever get involved? Why did he get involved with the Purple Haze and the Prince of Darkness, Kenneth Sullivan? It's got to be greed and jealousy. The way I look at it, Rich, the same thing with Playboy, Gary Hart, and Bruiser Brody. The ICW getting bigger. Everybody wants top crack at the top dollar, and you can't blame them being professional athletes.
No, you can't, but look. All of the top athletes are now trying to get to the ICW. We just mentioned a few minutes ago, Angelo Mosca. Look at him. Probably one of the biggest, the meanest, King Kong Mosca.
Angelo Mosca up there in Canada, maybe he's got an arena big enough to put all of these gorillas in a parade of the bulls up there. He'd take a big place to hold them because they are the top in their profession.
Yeah, you've also got Kamala coming soon, along with Cousin Junior, WWF. Everybody from the NWA, the WWF, the AWF, whatever. They're all trying to get into the International Championship Wrestling.
Rick Martel.
That's right.
He says, there's another one. Says he's coming this way. And I'll tell you, if Barry Windham hadn't listened to his father as well as he does, he'd be the new NWA champion. Like I saw on the Battle of the Belts, he had Ric Flair down and beat, had him all the way through the match. But somehow, him and his daddy, it seems to me, the blind following the blind, Rich.
Right there, you saw a beautiful move by Barry Windham as Colin Kidd caught an elbow right in the face. He makes a tag, and wisely so, brings in his fresh partner, the Masked Scorpion. Windham backed into the ropes, catches a double fist to the midsection, then a forearm to the back of the neck. Scorpion has him up. Beautiful body slam.
A big, handsome athlete, Rich, that no one can deny.
Certainly can.
But the big money is not in back of a Mulligan and his son. The big money is not in back of Playboy Gary Hart and Bruiser Brody.
Wait a minute here. I don't want to interrupt you. Mulligan had the scorpion pin for the count of 2 and picked him up before the referee could count 3. Covers him again.
That's the kind of bathroom fighting hypocrite Mulligan really is.
And there are your winners. Blackjack Mulligan and Barry Windham. Here's the official word from the ring announcer, Steve Budd.
The time, 4 minutes, 17 seconds, your winners, Blackjack. The two-man tag team introducing first from Miami, Florida. He weighs in at 200 pounds. Here is Eric Sbraccia. And his partner, he hails from Lake Mead, Nevada, weighs in at 222 pounds. Here is still Apollo. And their opponents. From the Iron Gates of Fate, he weighs 240 pounds, and he's accompanied by the Fallen Angel.
What a match this ought to turn out to be. Now, here are some of your people. Right up here, King Curtis.
Yes, Rich. I'm proud to be associated with the Prince of Darkness and the Purple Haze.
Well, last week, as Mulligan would say, they got their comeuppance from Mulligan and Barry Windham.
Mulligan and Windham, I'm telling you, he has got the best looking son I've ever seen. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but he's showing his boy the wrong way to go.
Right now, it looks like Kevin Sullivan, the Prince of Darkness, getting ready to clean the clock of Phil Apollo.
Quickly they're moving. Do you think there's an arena in this country big enough to hold Mulligan and Barry Windham against the Purple Haze and the Prince of Darkness?
Hey, I want to be there for that. I want to see that.
Then you've got Playboy Gary Hart from down Texas way, down there with Bruiser Brody. Hey, is there a place big enough in Texas to hold that match against Sullivan and the Purple Haze?
Well, you know, I don't know, but Sherwood Pryor, the proprietor of Mickey Gillies, has signed a contract, International Championship Wrestling. Maybe that's going to be where the match is going to be. I don't know. And like you say, is there a building big enough to hold it?
If there isn't in this country, like I said, the Angelo, Savoldi, Far Eastern Money, AK Fu Insi, Kuala Lumpur, in Malaysia is prepared to pay the necessary, whatever it costs to get whoever wants to get into the ring against the Purple Haze and Sullivan.
Well, that's true, but it could be down in Dallas. It could be in San Antonio, the Rio Grande Valley. Any of those areas, that's Bruiser Brody's area.
I don't know if the Haze would get down into there to Texas. He had a bad time with Playboy Gary Hart. Last time he was with Gary Hart, they were close. He ended up in a mental institution in a rest home. And Kevin Sullivan found him through me. He was walking naked along the River Ganges seeking enlightenment. So he's invisible. He's been through it all. That's why Mulligan and the Playboy, they don't know what they're coming up against. They better sit down and chew on the beetle nut a little bit there, Rich. Get their head right before they fight off more than they can chew. Look at the coordination of the Haze. That's where they operate best out on the floor.
Right now, the opponent of Kevin Sullivan is going to look like, a chair right across the forehead. All 4 wrestlers outside of the ring on the floor at this time.
They're operating out there in Mulligan. That's where Mulligan likes to do it. Right out on the floor in a bar room, in a locker room, anywhere. All of a sudden, the Haze and the Prince of Darkness do it, and we see a hypocrite.
Sullivan body slamming Apollo. Covers him for the pin. There's a count of 3 from the referee. Let's quickly go now to the slow motion instant replay and take a look at that action.
Because he knew I had to suffer because of one thing. The war is on. The battlefields are drawn. The crazed Vietnam vet, Blackjack Mulligan, has arrived with his imbecilic son. And now they have joined the People's Army, counting it as Bruiser Brody, former NWA #1 contender, defeater of Holly Race, and then former WWF champion, man that defeated Bruno Sammartino, the 24-inch python superstar, Billy Graham. I have traveled the cosmos with the Mystic One. She was given to me for one thing. She was given to me for what I suffered. Barry Windham, you could have came over. You should be the world heavyweight champion. And because of this, because you turned your back on mankind, and I'm talking about my mankind, you will suffer. Because Blackjack Mulligan, I've learned one thing from the Mystic One. You and Barry Windham are seasoned veterans. Young Kendall, the flower of your manhood will be mine.
Anything you'd like to add to that very quickly?
You only have to look at the faces of the Prince of Darkness and the Purple Haze to see a little bit of control of what we're doing.
Well, you know, I'm getting a little concerned about it too. Now, last week we were out here in the grunt and groan section. You two were talking. You even accused him of trying to hypnotize you out here.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. The man considers himself a hypnotist. He uses mind control. There's a power a lot higher than yours. Now, I want to show you something that happened about a week ago, if we can possibly take a look at that.
Okay, wait a minute. We're winding up here. There, the spike.
Right.
You had kind of counteracted what was going on there.
That's exactly right. Now, I've got the spike in my hand, and you're going to get a little bit of your own medicine right here. He's going to get to see what it exactly feels like. Now you're mad, Sullivan. Where's the mind control, Iakea? Abuda Dean, where's the mind control at this point is all I want to know.
Pete Seibert and Wes Russell, which is which here? You?
I'm Pete Seibert.
Okay, Pete, we're glad to have you with us tonight. Playboy Gary Hart, you got the cot, you got the gurney, the ambulance is outside.
You see, a lot of people are talking about what they're going to do. But I'm going to tell you one thing, you bald-headed, jobber-looking HUD thing. This ain't Singapore, brother, and this ain't B Street. This is America, and I got the baddest American you ever looked at. Show you how serious I am about it, and how serious I am about these people you hang around with, Mark Lewin and this pint-sized Messiah. You see, can we provide 3 of these as easy as 1? And what I'm gonna do for you, okay? what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to get a little bitty one. A real little bitty one in satin and lace. Because that's where we're going to put the fallen angel. And anytime you want some of Brody and me face to face, brother, or even coming at the back, you go ahead. Because I've been where you at, and I didn't like it, and I turned around and came back.
Okay, folks.
Come on, gentlemen.
Thank you, gentlemen. There you have it from Playboy Gary Hart and his man Bruiser Brody. We've got more action. Let's go to the ring.
Licensed paramedics and emergency ambulance service for his opponents. He is the most dangerous man in professional wrestling today. Get ready. Here he comes. Bruiser Brody.
This next match, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from Hollywood, California. He weighs in 230 pounds. Here's Dusty Wolf. And his opponent, hailing from Santa Fe, New Mexico, he's accompanied by his manager, Playboy Gary Hart. He weighs 301 pounds. Here's King Kong, Bruiser Brody.
All right. Wait a minute here. Gary Hart.
Being here in America and in Massachusetts, I'm gonna dedicate this one to you, sucker, okay?
Yeah, he directed that right at you, King Curtis.
Well, Rich, Gary Hart is right. He has been down into the Far East and he has been to Singapore. And he got run out of there just another ugly American. We boxed him up. It's easy to talk here in his country, but get down there in the Golden Triangle and we'll make bacon out of you, Gary Hart.
There's the cot sitting right at ringside. Always has one for his opponent. You know,
Bruiser Brody is one of the few men that has never been beaten in Japan. I just don't know what state of mind he's in to be with Gary Hart. He definitely needs help before he wanders off like the Purple Haze did. He was with Gary Hart and couldn't stand it. Ended up broken, busted, walking the Ganges until the IBEW helped him and sent him here to the Prince of Darkness.
whatever the case is right now, Dusty Wolf is in a lot of trouble from Bruiser Brody.
And he's going to be. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Bruiser Brody's over 300 pounds, and he's quick. Gary Hart always thinks that he could buy his way into anything, but he don't have the money that the IBEW does coming out of the Golden Triangle.
Brody on the outside of the ring going after Dusty Wolf. They're down on the floor. Playboy Gary Hart having a few words with the referee. You know, there's no love lost between you and Gary Hart. There's no doubt about it.
I really can't understand why not. I said, didn't I, earlier, that he was the finest manager in professional wrestling today.
I must have missed that. I really did.
I had a lot of respect. But when you see him now, he's just a rich mama's boy, playing with his mama's money, hiring the finest talent, getting a hold of Bruiser Brody. But that's only one individual. You know how many thousands of pilgrims come to Benares to seek the Buddha Din Rich?
I have no
They
idea.
come there from the Muslim world to die, to reach true enlightenment.
Brody again on the outside of the ring, takes the chair. The Dusty Wolf's back. And if Wolf gets up from that, he's a better man than I could ever be. Once again, Brody has the chair. What's he going to do? Looks like it may be a pile driver into the chair. Brody holding him, seems like for an eternity. He still holds him up. Oh, a jumping pile driver head first right into the chair.
Someone with the living legend, Bruno Sammartino. It's me, it's BBB, the only man that can bring the oldest, the best, the foundation of professional wrestling to Boston. Here he is, the living legend, Bruno. Tell him a couple of words in Italian, Bruno.
Buona a tutti voi cari paesani di qui di Boston, sono tanto contento di trovarmi qui in Boston, vi saluto a tutti e vi ringrazio sempre per tutti gli anni fa che mi avete dato tanto coraggio e supporto qui a Boston.
And remember to watch Empire Pro Wrestling, the best of the best. The living legend's going to be there. The interview's coming. Watch it from 10 to 11 on the Grade 8 with who? The living legend.
Well, thank you, Rocky. Looking forward to it.
The best there is. Bruno Sammartino. Be there.
Fans, a two-man tag team. Introducing first from Worcester County, Massachusetts. He weighs in at 220 pounds. Here is David Fox. And his partner from Parts Unknown. He weighs 240 pounds. Here is the Masked Scorpion.
Blackjack Mulligan and Barry Windham going up against the Masked Scorpion and David Fox. And what a combination. You put Mulligan and Barry Windham together and you've got family no stronger than could be found any other place.
You'd have to go along with that one too, Rich. Barry Windham's a very top athlete. The time that he has been in professional wrestling, I just don't like the way his father leads him, and I think it's a detriment to a young athlete's career. I just see him with the Prince of Darkness on the river with us.
Right now, Barry Windham holding his own against the Masked Scorpion. Before we run out of time in this week's program, I'd like to quickly acknowledge some mail. First from Krister Hallquist, St. Louis, Missouri. She wants to know when we're going to be down in that area, and she really enjoys watching us on Channel 30, KDNL in St. Louis. Well, Krista, it won't be very long. Can't give you exact date, but it won't be long. Donald Jones in Carrollton, Georgia is interested particularly in international championship wrestling. We're going to be down in the Carrollton, Georgia area also before very long. Tag made by the Scorpion. And in comes his partner, David Fox, to face big Blackjack Mulligan from Eagle Pass, Texas. You know, I shake hands with Blackjack Mulligan. My hand disappears in his when I shake hands. It's like shaking hands with a ham.
I'd really like to see the Prince of Darkness Golden Spike disappear right down into that big Texan's forehead.
Well, we saw that not too many weeks ago, but we also saw what happened when Blackjack Mulligan was able to retaliate and had the spike.
ICW is growing and growing, leaps and bounds, letters. You've got piles of them here.
We really do.
You've got Mulligan, you've got Barry Windham in here. You've got Playboy Gary Hart, and you've got Bruiser Brody. You've got superstar Billy Graham. All of them want to crack right against the Prince of Darkness.
Plus, we've got more stars coming into International Championship Wrestling. Cousin Jr. from the World Wrestling Federation. Kamala, one of the biggest men in professional wrestling. Barry Windham now has a sleeper on David Fox. Let's see if it's locked in deep enough. Fox looks like he's giving out.
Like to see him try to pull that against the purple Haze. You see, when the Haze puts it on, sometimes they don't get up. Kevin Sullivan ain't there to bring him out of it. He's got this one.
Looks like Wyndham's going to come out over top of David Fox here. Referee checking the sleeper. Lifts his arm. Oh, Fox may have more left in him than what we thought. Surprising young man.
If he had instruction from the IBEW team, he would have put him away by now.
Wait a minute. Here comes Kevin Sullivan. And the purple Haze.
That's it.
The action outside of the ring.
There goes Sullivan.
What is this? What is this? He throws something in the referee's face. Did you know anything about now? The sleeper is on Sullivan. The purple Haze comes in. Windham being triple teamed.
Well, they got rid of Blackjack.
Here comes Bruiser Brody. I don't believe what's going on. Brody with 2x4.
What's the 2x4?
Brody cleans house in the ring. Brody has literally cleaned house in the ring. And now it's Barry Windham going after the purple Haze. Mulligan's back on his feet. He grabs the Scorpion. He grabs Fox, headbutts them together. This is a free-for-all outside of the ring. I hope our cameras can keep up with the action. Windham just caught with a chair on one side of the ring from Kevin Sullivan. Brody.
Why would Brody come to Windham's defense and Blackjack's defense?
Why not?
Battle against Scorpion and the Boston Bad Boy. I tell you, that Boston Bad Boy is starting to make a name for himself. But they got a very tough week here on International Championship Wrestling as they'll do battle against the Puerto Rican Connection. This Hercules Ayala, I tell you, he is built like a brick wall. It's a joke throughout ICW that if you look at his forehead, you'll see a little shot of white hair. And everybody tells him, they say, Delilah, someday somebody's going to cut that off you and you're going to lose all your strength. But so far, there hasn't been a man big enough to cut the lock of hair off of the so-called nickname Delilah. Scorpion going right to work on him, takes him into the turnbuckle. Scorpion comes in with a knee. Ayala switches it, throws him in. Whoa, nice move by Ayala. And again, as Ayala's a moose, picks him up. Look at this. Piece of cake for Ayala, and this Scorpion is 270, 280. He wants out. That Boston Bad Boy, he's going down there with him. He's not going to jump in there. These are some big boys in here. You got Roberto Soto coming in about 230, 240. You got Ayala, I'd say he's about 270, 280. Then you got that Boston Bad Boy. He's got to be 270, 280. And Scorpion about the same. So you got close to 1,000 pounds in that ring right now, counting that referee. So actually over 1,000 pounds counting that referee. No offense, Savage. He slingshots him into the ring. Scorpion up against the ropes, throws him in. Flying backdrop. Ayala goes to the ropes. Leg dive across the... Goes for the pin to count, 2, no. Ayala applying the pressure. Referee in front there checking it closely. You know, something that always bothered me is I can never understand how these masked wrestlers, great ones and not so great ones, how could they wrestle the heat and how much of a bother it has to be for you? Does it distract any from it? To me, I don't think I could handle it. I think I'd have to take it off. You know, a little message out there to all you wrestling fans that have sent your letters into ICW, do you want to be a wrestler? We're very happy to say finally the tons of letters that have come in. The answers are out. We have finally I would have to say 90% of all letters that have been written in have been returned. By some chance, if your letter has been misplaced by ICW or you do not get a return, please send us your name and address. I want to be a wrestler in a self-addressed stamped envelope to ICW. And our new address now, 11 Alpine Road, 11 Alpine Road. And listen to this one, Parsippany, P-A-R-S-I-P-P-A-N-Y, New Jersey, 07054. And also for that address, the same address, all you promoters out there that would like to have pro wrestling come to your area may do so by dropping a line to ICW, same address, 11 Alpine Road, Parsippany, P-A-R-S-I-P-P-A-N-Y, New Jersey, 07054, and you will be answered promptly. Also, stay tuned. ICW will be going on tour in your area very shortly with our wrestling school, so please stay tuned. This Boston bad boy, I tell you, he's a big boy. He's making, you know, he just did a rock video with Aerosmith, and he's getting some stardom, but he's also getting some stardom here in the ring. I mean, yeah, he's in there with some real pros here. Soto and Ayala. Boy, how tides turn. Here's bad boy complaining to the referee. He hit me. The only problem, these people are going good. This turned into a fisticuff here. Rake of the eyes by the bad boy, a forearm, and there's a receipt by Soto. Oh, he's hot. There's the tag to the Scorpion. He's holding him up in that corner. The Scorpion takes him, whips him into the ropes. He leaps over, flying drop kick. Scorpion's down. Nice move by Soto, and he's ready. This is turning into more like a boxing match. Soto was trying to get the tag, but oh, Scorpion picks him up. Soto takes a back suplex. Soto is down. Scorpion goes for the pin. 1, 2, no. Soto pops out. There's the tag by the Boston bad boy. He comes in, gives a kick to the midsection. Soto stumbling to the corner. There's the tag, Ayala, and the bad boy is just going no. And listen to this crowd. They know that the Raging Bull has just entered the ring. And there goes the bad boy. He's gone. He's rolling on the floor. And I am telling you, that man that just jumped out is 280 pounds. They're just looking at it. This is bad boy. He's telling them, come on, grab my hair. He wants to show a little power and strength here. For some reason, Tony feels that he morally won the war. I can't figure out how. Down to one knee goes Boston bad boy. Ayala just keeps applying the pressure. A vicious knee to the midsection of the bad boy, and down he goes, and there's some kicks coming behind it. And the bad boy is taking a beating. Into the turnbuckle. Ayala whips him in, and no tag by Ayala. He's feeling fine, but there's a tag. In comes Scorpion. Scorpion locks up. Takes Ayala, whips him in. Whoa, vicious. Oh, boy, did he catch him. Did he catch him? Nice moves by Ayala. Scorpions to take Soto. Soto, receipt. Right in, let us know. We've gotten so many requests. Boy, does Soto. Whoa. In comes Scorpion. Flying drop kick by Soto. Right over the top rope goes Scorpion. And he's just hanging on. Look at Ayala. This Puerto Rican connection is going to be hard to contend with here in the ICW. They have gotten these guys so dizzy, they have no, he's asking for time. Sorry, this is not a football game. You're in trouble. We'd like to send a word out to the NWA heavyweight champion, Ric Flair. Congratulations, Rick. You're showing what a real champion should be, and that is by defending your title all around the United States with anyone and everyone. And we just want to say, Rick, here we at ICW, we appreciate that, and we also invite you to come join us in the squared circle. We think we just might have a little surprise for you right here on ICW. You have a few people that are building up, ready for you right here on ICW. Look at this move by Ayala. Soto's jumping on the ropes and takes Scorpion, and this place is going wild, and this tag match is turned into pandemonium. Oh, both men just whacked apart here. There's the tag by Soto. Two count. I'll tell you, there's a lot of pressure being applied here. This has been a tough one here. The Puerto Rican connection making their mark here. I was going to say earlier that anyone out there wishing to join the ICW may do so by dropping us a line right here on ICW. So just drop a line. Let us know. We're taking these matches. We've gotten so many requests about showing the entire matches and in their entirety. So we're giving it a try here on ICW, and we'll be breaking in and out of these. Comes Soto over the top rope. Soto comes from a great family of professional wrestlers. His brother, Manuel Soto, one of the greatest Puerto Rican stars and believe me, I don't mean that in any other way, but one of the greatest Puerto Rican stars and professional wrestling star in the world was Manuel Soto. And Manuel, we just want to say hello to you, and you've trained your brother well. Rake to the face by the bad boy. Scorpion there trying to make the tag. There's the tag. They got Soto in their corner. He's got his arm drapes around a rope, and they're doing a little work here on Soto. Scorpion comes in with a forearm. Soto goes down, picks him up for a slam, gives Soto a slam. Scorpion goes for the elbow, going for the pin here to count one. No, Soto doesn't even let that referee get down there long enough. Scorpion backs him into the ropes, throws him across. Woo, vicious knee to the midriff of Soto. Down goes Soto. Referee telling him to break the hold. That's a choke. Forearms to the back here. They're working on Soto here. What they're doing is wearing them down in the corner. It's blow after blow. There's the tag. Boston Bad Boy now coming in. Bad Boy continues with the thing. Soto through the legs, goes across the ring, makes the tag. In comes Hercules. And Boston bad boy, I'll tell you, his eyes was as big as $50 when he looked up and seen that Hercules was there. There's the tag back to Soto. Takes Boston into the ropes. He ducks. Soto off the top rope. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. The winners. The winners, the Puerto Rican Connection, Soto and Ayala. And we'll be returning right after this message.